On the 11th of November each year, we come together to honour and remember all those who have lost their lives fighting in wars to protect our safety, freedom and liberty. This date marks the end of the First World War when, at 11 o'clock on the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, the guns finally fell silent on the Western Front. We use this day to reflect on the courage and sacrifice of those who gave their lives for others.
Originally known as Armistice Day, the first Remembrance service was held in 1919, 1 year after the First World War. Following the end of the Second World War in 1945, Armistice Day became Remembrance Day to honour all those who had fallen in both World Wars and in later conflicts. Today, the 11th of November commemorates everyone who has fought and died in war since 1914, including those who served in World War II, the Falklands War, the Gulf War, and conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq.
People from across Scotland and the United Kingdom played their part in these wars, including many from Larbert. The First World War alone claimed the lives of over 9 million soldiers, 286 of whom were from Larbert. The Larbert War Memorial stands as a lasting tribute to the men from our local community who gave their lives in service.
Many of these young men were encouraged to enlist and fight for their country. Although the official age for joining the army was 18, some, such as Alex Baird from Stenhousemuir, lied about their age and enlisted as young as 16. Their bravery was extraordinary. 10 of the soldiers named on the Larbert War Memorial are awarded medals for their gallantry, recognizing their remarkable courage and selflessness.
There are many ways we continue to remember those who lost their lives in conflict. We mark Remembrance Day, wear poppies, visit local memorials, and talk about what remembrance means. At Larbert High School, many pupils have had the opportunity to visit the battlefields where these soldiers fought and died. These trips allow our young people to connect personally with the past, to stand where history happened, to reflect, and to remember the lives that were lost so that we can live in peace.
We ask that you join.
I went on a battlefield trip to France about 2 years ago, but I still remember the huge monuments in Ypres, Thiepval, and Vimy Ridge. These large venerations of the dead put in perspective the sheer human cost of conflict, as there's so many people commemorated here. However, I also remember some of the individual graves and graveyards, some in scattered fields across the French and Belgian countrysides. The stories of men young and old from the Larbert War Memorial help humanize the graves and put into perspective just how similar they are to us today.
The poppy was first used as a symbol of remembrance by an American woman named Moana Michael, a professor at the University of Georgia. She was inspired on 9th November 1918 by the poem In Finland's Fields by Canadian John McCreagh, with its opening lines referring to the thousands of poppies that were the first flowers to grow in the churned-up earth of the battlefields on soldiers' graves. The poppy was quickly adopted by countries all over the world as a universal symbol of remembrance. In Scotland, poppies were originally handmade in Edinburgh by 2 servicemen using red papers. Now, in the same factory, there are over 35 ex-servicemen and women who make over 5 million poppies each year for the Scottish Poppy Appeal. By 11th November 1921, the poppy had raised over 106,000 to help World War I veterans. Today, we continue to use the poppy as a symbol of remembrance and as a way to raise funds for those in the armed forces who in need. And in 2024, 51.4 million was raised through the Poppy Appeal in the UK. The poppy remained a simple yet powerful reminder of the sacrifices made in war.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep through poppies grow, in Flanders fields.
We ask that you join us now to observe a 2-minute silence and remember the lives lost in conflict.